What is going on, everybody? WeedleTwineedle here, and we're backing in with an Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle, and this one's going to be a battle against Giovanni, a person I battle off Festival Plaza. Now, before we get into this Wi-Fi battle, if you guys are enjoying my daily Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle content and really want to support my channel, let me know by leaving a like on the video, as it helps out my channel a lot more than you think it does, and it's just much appreciated. Now, I'm packing my reverse sticky web team that I used in one of my recent videos that you should have seen already. If you haven't, I'll leave a link to that in the end screen. My opponent is role-playing as Giovanni today, and he has a Giovanni theme team, though he does not look like Giovanni. He has like the Como outfit on, but we'll ignore that. We're just gonna hop into this battle against Giovanni because since we're role-playing as Giovanni, we're gonna battle in his area where we battle him in, the Rainbow Rocket episode, because may as well make this as close as we can to a battle against Giovanni. So turn one, we lead up with our cats. Unfortunately, nerf of Patao, which I actually had to correct the spelling because I tried to make a Weeb Hunter Hunter reference, and then the true weebs in my comment section told me that I misspelled it, and so I felt pretty stupid, and I felt like a fake weeb, so I had to correct it. Otherwise, I would have been punished by the weebs. But yeah, we're able to predict fake out, bring in my pawn here. We already Violet, so I tank it, and now he goes for U-turn just to get some offensive momentum. And I see he's Life Orb, so I'm just gonna assume he has battle ready Pokemon, though I can't be 100% sure until he just further analyze his team. So I'm gonna go for a knockoff here, expecting him to switch out, as we're able to knock off the Nidoqueen's Black Sludge, which is pretty nice. And now I don't want to take an Earth Power, so I'm gonna pull a Heart Switch into my Xatu. Plus, there is a chance that this Nidoqueen has Hazard, so if we're able to Magic Bounce those Hazards back, that'd be pretty cool. But he just goes for Earth Power just to play it safe. And now he's gonna switch out his Nidoqueen, not trying to take a Psychic, and he's gonna bring in his Rhyperior. But like I said, or like I used in my previous reverse sticky web team, I have Skill Swap because I need to set up sticky webs on my side of the field to get the strategy working. So we're actually gonna take a Solid Rock, which is pretty funny, so maybe we could potentially take a Stone Edge. Maybe not, because we have no defensive investment, so we probably can't take a Stone Edge. But hey, it'd be worth a shot. And now we're gonna blow a Heart Switch into Munchies here. My Swirl, because my opponent actually goes for Rock Polish, which wasn't what I was anticipating. That's a little bit threatening because Rock Polish Rhyperior actually destroys my team, and that's pretty bad. So here, he's actually gonna go for the Z move, which I find is a little bit overkill, considering he's in front of a Swirlix, a freaking baby Pokemon. But no, my opponent just does not want to deal with Swirlix, so he's gonna go for Continental, crush that like button, hop up in the sky, make the asteroid appear above our face, and then just slam it right on Swirlix. And unfortunately, the Cupcake is gonna get smashed, but we do have the Focus Sash, so we're able to live that. They probably would have one-shot us like 5 times overboard, but it's okay. We're able to go for the Sticky Webs and actually bounce back the webs back on our side of the field, so our condition with our team has been met, unless he has Defog, but since he has no Hazard Control on his team, I don't have to worry about that. And now, thanks to Unburden, we're actually able to outspeed Rhyperior even after Rock Polish and able to get the Endeavor off. So the Rhyperior is forced at 1 hit point, and we got the Sticky Web, so the Swirlix actually got like a perfect situation in this battle, which is pretty cool. The only way it could have gotten better is if we actually got Sticky Webs on my opponent's side of the field, but that's just wishful thinking. That's not going to happen in a realistic battle. So I'm going to bring in my Malamar here, and we're actually going to get the Sticky Web in speed, which is pretty cool. And we should be able to outspeed Rhyperior because I'm assuming he's not Jolly, or maybe he is, I don't know. But at +1 speed, we are Jolly max speed, so I figure we should outspeed him as we're able to. Down goes the Rhyperior, and we're going to get +1 in attack and defense thanks to Contrary Superpower. So Malamar on this team is actually really cool because you get Sticky Web on your side of the field, but you get increase in speed because of how Contrary works with Sticky Web. So it's a really nice interaction that works in your favor. Now we're able to outspeed Dugtrio thanks to our speed boost. We're going to go for Superpower here. I know we could take any attack at +2, so I'm not really worried about it, even if he is Z move, which we already saw that the Rhyperior was a Z move. So he actually has Focus Sash, which is kind of surprising, and he's going to hit me up with a Toxic. So I'm like, oh damn, he hits me up with a Jimmy strategy, that Toxic, and unfortunately my Malamar is going to get poisoned, but what can you do? Is actually a Z Happy Hour Malamar, but I didn't find it necessary to use Happy Hour yet, so I'm just kind of waiting for a time to use it. But at this point, I feel comfortable just clicking Superpower because as long as I get a bunch of attack boosts, it doesn't matter what my other stats are like, because the majority of my opponent's team is physical attackers outside of like Nidoking and Mewtwo, so I'm not really worried about my special defense right now. And since we do have the speed boost, we should outspeed them regardless, so it's not that big of a deal. And we're going to take more poison damage. He's going to bring in his Persian here, and he does have the Fake Out, so I see what my opponent's trying to do. He's trying to Toxic someone with Fake Out, but it's still going to involve him losing a lot of Pokemon because it's not like he can easily Toxic Stall a Malamar at +2. Like, that Fake Out does 0 damage, and we're going to be able to outspeed him so he can't U-turn us for absurd amount of damage. So the poison's starting to take its toll, but we should still be able to get a few more kills. He's going to pull a Heart Switch, playing it safe, and he's going to bring in his Nidoqueen as Death Fodder. Very smart play, actually, because it allows him to tank the Superpower, but just in case he wanted to be cheeky like that, I went for a knockoff, as we actually get a crit, which probably mattered, actually, because we already knocked off his item originally. So unfortunately for my opponent, we do crit him, but you know, he's using a Mewtwo, so I don't really feel that bad. Now he's going to bring in this Persian yet again, and he's actually talk-stalling me pretty successfully, so I guess I missed my Malamar since this was my win con essentially. And my opponent played around it pretty smart, so he's going to fake out, you know, flinch me, and then we're going to die from poison. So my opponent played around this Malamar very good. Yeah, that's English. That's complimenting my opponent, right? So now goes my Malamar, unfortunately. I think I could get poisoned, it's kind of unfortunate, but I mean, he was focused # trio, so there was no way I could have avoided that. Now we're going to bring in Nerf Patau, my Perugly, and get the Defiant boost thanks to the webs, and now I can hit him up with my own fake out thanks to Defiant, and my opponent has no switch into this, so he's going to just sack off his Persian. Thankfully, his fake out is going to demolish the Persian, so now goes this monster to fake out, which is pretty cool, and he's going to take some life orb damage, and now my opponent is not messing around, he's going to bring in the Mewtwo, and I'm like, oh no, please help me. Please, God, save me. So I need to preserve my Perugly's fake out just so I can hit this thing with, you know, priority +2 fake out damage just so we can deal with it. So I decided to bring in my Death Mark here. Maybe not my greatest use of Death Fodder because I thought he would want to go for the Side Strike actually. So I just bring in my Death Mark, but he actually ends up being Mewtwo X, which is the first time I've ever faced Mewtwo X. And like, even since X and Y, I've only faced Mewtwo Y. This is the first time I've ever faced Mewtwo X, which is pretty hilarious actually, since everyone uses Mewtwo Y over Mewtwo X for some reason. But he's gonna go for Bulk Up, no, except for Verlissify. Verlissify is the only person that uses Mewtwo X because of One Punch Mewtwo. I remember that video. It's probably like one of his best videos ever, by the way. I'm joking. I don't like Verlissify content all that much. But we can go for Sucker Punch here onto Mewtwo. It does 0 thanks to his Bulk Up, and he's gonna be able to knock me out with a Drain Punch, and I'm like, oh no. I was counting on the fact that this Mewtwo was Mega Mewtwo Y, but the fact that he's Mega Mewtwo X makes this battle really difficult because I can't really fake out and do my original plan because of his +1 defense, and Mewtwo's probably decent base bulk anyway because of its, you know, uber legendary status. So gonna get the webs here, get a Defiant, but this Mewtwo is a pretty big threat, and I'm like, well, he's at +1 attack, so we could just one-shot my entire team essentially, and I really can't do much about it. So gonna go for fake out here, do as much chip damage as I can, but that fake out does nothing, and I'm like, oh no, this Mewtwo is gonna tear me a new butthole. I may actually give him a Steadfast boost, which doesn't really matter because he already outsped my team anyway, but that's just salt in the wound, and I forgot Mega Mewtwo X got that ability. Now I'm gonna switch out because I need to save my Perugly for fake out, and I'm gonna bring in my Magic Meme to avoid him from recovering from Drain Punch because that's my only play, and I'm hoping that my Zatsu could take an attack from this thing so we can hit him up with the freaking Swagger. No, that is not the play. That is definitely not the play, but I wanted to do it. So I go for Swagger here. My opponent ends up carrying Thunder Punch of all moves and just knocks out my Magic Meme. So down goes my Zatsu, unfortunately. And I'm like, okay, if he has Thunder Punch for his only way to hit Psychic types, I think Wild Chase can take one because we're at max 8 points. And we don't have any defense investment, but I mean, it's non-stab, and even though Mega Mewtwo X has a really high attack stat, I'm confident that Wild Chase can just face tank Thunder Punch and go from there and knock him out with competitive Psychic. So we should be in the clear here. He's going to go for Thunder Punch. We should be able to tank it as we're able to snack it, but he's going to paralyze me. Not a big deal. But he gets the fully paralyzed on me, and I'm like, are you kidding me? What? And yeah, so Mewtwo X just gonna knock me out with the Thunder Punch, and I'm just like, oh. Wow. Now I'm gonna bring a Nerf for Patau, and I'm like, alright, this game is freaking over. Game over! He's not gonna take any damage from Fake Out, and then Fake Out plus Quick Attack will not knock this thing out. There's no way, even after Defiant, so still gonna try anyway, you never know what can happen, so I'm gonna go for the Fake Out here. Hope we can just get some chip damage off on the Mewtwo, but thankfully the game blesses me with a critical hit to retaliate with the Parahax, which helps me knock out the One-Punch Mewtwo, but alas, the Parahax was still a little bit detrimental because he can bring in his Nidoking here, and Nidoking is definitely strong enough to tank a Quick Attack at +2, unless I get a critical hit here, a Miracle Crit, but even if I did get a Miracle Crit, it would not have knocked him out, and I was able to retaliate with a Sludge Wave, and since it is Sheer Force and Stab, my poor Perugly is going to get destroyed, and we're going to lose to the Giovanni role player. God bless, dude. Granted, we probably should have won that if we didn't get paralyzed, fully paralyzed with their freaking Gothitelle, but you know, it's out of our control. It was still a very fun battle. Hope you guys enjoyed this Wi-Fi battle against Giovanni. If you guys did enjoy the Wi-Fi battle and really want to support my channel, let me know by leaving a like on the video, as it helps out my channel a lot more than you think it does, and it's just much appreciated. Anyways, the question of the day is going to be, what are your thoughts on the Rainbow Rocket episode in Ultra Sun and Moon's post-game? Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on it, if you think it was like a nice addition, or if you think it just was unnecessary and just fan service. No, I think it was fan service. I don't think it was necessary. I think the Delta episode that they added in Oros was way cooler, and you felt more like engrossed in it. And Rainbow Rocket just felt like DLC. Like, it literally felt like a DLC quest, and I just didn't like it very much. It felt like so much fan service. I mean, I liked it, but like, I just didn't like how they put it in there just, you know, appeal to old generation players. I didn't like that very much. I thought it was a cool concept and all, but just putting it in the post game, and it just feels like a DLC quest. I don't know, it's just not, I don't know, it's not my favorite, but I still think it's pretty cool, if that makes any sense. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on the Rainbow Rocket episode and the post game of Ultra Sun and Moon. But of course, thank you guys so much for watching till the end of the video. I'll check you guys next time. Bye!